I'm back. And boy, it's been a week. I mean, if you've been living on this planet and you're living in this reality, then you know it's been crazy since after the election and the aftermath that followed. People are losing their minds. But this week was different. People have been in an uproar because they seem to say there were racist motives to this man who happened to be white and choked out a man who happened to be black. So now you have all the activists coming out and they're calling for protests, and not just peacefully. They are calling for violence, which I don't condone and never will. Though, if you have to defend yourself, you have to defend yourself. I am a big advocate for defending yourself. But as far as protesting and bringing it up a notch and bringing it up to the level of violence where people will or may get hurt or deleted, no, you should not. But these activists seem to be calling for it. I'm not going to name any organizations. I'm not going to name any victims. No, I'm just going to describe them because you already know exactly who I'm talking about. But you have organizations calling for violence. And then, of course, the news media themselves. They have to come with it's all about race. It's all about the black man being deleted by the white man. It's all about if it was a black man who did that to a white man, they would have arrested him. They would have already put him under the jail and threw away the key. Well, to our surprise, there happens to be a similar incident that happened on the subway where a black young man was on the train with his girlfriend, and there were two, I guess, homeless men on the train making sexual gestures towards the women, harassing the men. They were going back and forth between passengers, and the young man's girlfriend was punched or slapped by one of the men. So now they get into a scuffle, and the young man pulls out a knife that he was carrying, which is illegal in New York. But he pulls out a knife and he stabs the man, leading to his deletion. Now, the young man was carrying the knife because he says that he was harassed not too long ago by someone on the train, and they held a knife to his eye. So now he started carrying a knife himself because he did not feel safe riding the subway. And so he stabbed the man and deleted him. Man is gone, done, finished. And they locked him up, but he beat it. He was found not guilty, as he should, because he was defending his girlfriend and himself. But you want to know something that is hilarious? I haven't heard the media say one word about that incident. No organizations spoke out about that incident. Why do you think that is? I'll tell you. They're called race hustlers. Their hustle is race. And I'm not talking about the dog races. I'm not talking about the Olympic races. No. I'm talking about race. Color. Black, white, purple, yellow, blue, orange, green. Color. But they seem to focus on one color. White. Yes. Oh. They love the color white. These organizations love the color white. A white man, a white person, white woman, a white dog can't do anything without these organizations coming up and coming out to protest. Race hustlers. The people on the media, they're crying foul because it happened to be a man who is white that put a black man in a chokehold, and the man was still alive, mind you, when the paramedics and the police officers got there. He was still breathing. He was still alive. But you want to know what I find to be hilariously funny is that they do not mention the young man and his girlfriend, but they are protesting, shooting podcasts about the other case because there was two different races. Race hustlers. Now, you have to understand, after hearing these stories, it brought me back to when I was on the subway in New York, teenager, young, hanging out with some friends. And I've seen people attacked. I've seen people robbed. I've seen people harassed. I've seen people bullied. And it's a hard thing for you to jump in. It really is. Anyone who has been on the train in New York, in the subway, you know how many people frequent the subway. You know how many people there might be on one train. So it's hard to help someone who's getting bullied, to help someone who's getting assaulted, because you risk hurting yourself. And if you hurt that person, they may sue you. So you have a hard decision to make, and you have to make it in a split second sometimes. But y'all can sit there right now and judge these men who leaped into action. I don't care what color they are. They leaped into action and helped. Now, I was on the subway as a teenager, and there were some guys on the subway harassing people. No one knew that one of them had a knife. And so they turned and focused their attention on me and my friends. It just so happened that we knew one of them, but it didn't matter. The guy who pulled out the knife, he was ready to cut one of us or stab one of us. I don't know which one, because in a split second, one of my friends jumped on him, grabbed him and put him in the chokehold. I grabbed the knife from him while my other friend was choking him out. Now, here's where the story could have turned for the worse. As I have the knife in my hand, and of course I'm trying to figure out what to do. Should I stab this man? Should I cut this man? Should I drop the knife? Should I hold on to the knife? Should I put the knife in my pocket? It happens in a split second. The cops show up, guns drawn. Freeze! Put the knife down. Yes, I had a knife in my hand and I could have been shot and deleted. From those cops' point of view, they saw a man being choked out while another man had a knife in his hand about to stab him. Think about that for a second. Those cops had a decision to make in a split second because they didn't know what was truly going on, but they did not shoot. They were white. Why didn't they shoot? They're racist. All cops are racist. No, matter of fact, all white people are racist. Why didn't they shoot? Answer me that, Inspector Gadget. It's because not everyone is the same. And so, after they put us in cuffs, they went to the side and spoke to some of the witnesses, interviewed witnesses. They told them exactly what was going on. All we had to do was go down to the police station and leave. And it took me a while to get this. There's millions of people in this country. There's billions of people in the world. Now, you're not going to get the same person or same characteristics in everyone. Same personality in everyone. No. In order to have balance, you gotta have the asshole. You gotta have the person that's nice. You gotta have the person that's really nice. You gotta have the person that's too nice. You gotta have the person who's a killer. You gotta have the person who's a murderer. You gotta have the person who... You get the picture. There's all types of people in the world. And a vast majority of them are race hustlers. Yes, they're race hustlers. You know some. You probably watch some of their channels. They're race hustlers. They're leading you down the wrong path to hate. You got so much hate in your heart right now that you can't stand to be next to someone that doesn't look like you. But you want to know what's really funny? You even hate the person that looks like you. Yeah, you do. It's not just the color that you don't like, it's other people. You just don't like other people. You don't want to admit it. So you want to know what you say? I hate white people. I hate brown people. You have to come up with a reason as to why you hate a certain person or why you hate people. So you put them in a group. You're not going to say I hate black people. And if you're white, you're not going to say I hate white people. No. You got to hate on something that doesn't look like you because you want to be accepted. You still want to be accepted by the people who look like you. But you just don't like people. The other half, there's people who love others. Yes, there's a lot of people in this world like that. But there's also people who hate others. So that's the reason why these race hustlers, as soon as something happens between two people of two different races, they're right there, aren't they? Think about it. They're right there. They're at the school. They're at the police station. They're at the crime scene. They're right there. They're at the vigils. They're at the protests. They're right there. You ever heard of an ambulance chaser? Well, that's what race hustlers are. Yes, wherever there's a tragedy between two different races, a race hustler will be there. Yeah, go ahead. Start thinking about it. Go back to all the incidents that happened and where you saw your favorite race hustler. Because some of y'all do have favorites. Because those are the people you constantly watch. You wake up to their content and they're feeding you hate. You're on lunch break and you watch their content and they're feeding you hate on top of the grapes and the nasty sandwich that you just had. Before you go to bed, you're watching their channel. They're feeding you hate. So you want to know what you wake up as the next morning? Because you do know you are what you eat, right? You do know you are exactly what you eat. So you want to know what you are the next morning? Hateful. Nasty. Why do you think some people don't want to be around you? Why do you think some people tolerate you? Because you're just hateful and nasty. It's in your soul. It's under your skin. It's seeping through your pores. Nasty, hateful. Oh, yes, we know a lot of people like that. They might be your best friend. Might be your father. Might be your mother. Might be your brother. You know somebody who is like that. people also have the conversation of, can black people be racist? Can black people be racist? If you say no, well, you're wrong. And I'll tell you exactly why. Thank you for asking. If you have hate in your heart for anyone who does not look like you, you are a racist. Let's call it what it is. If the shoe fits, some of y'all try to put another shoe on your foot and you see that it's not fitting because you're just hateful and nasty. Wear that shoe. I don't care if you're black, white, and it's crazy to me, right, that you will have one race of people hating on another race of people and say that because they cannot hold them back systematically, they're not racist. They can't be racist. That's the argument that we hear, especially for the black community. They want to be victims so badly. That's what it is. They want to be victims so badly. People who are hateful and nasty, they want to be victims. You ever knew the little kid that would pick on you and pick on you, pick at you and pick at you until you got so mad and you just slapped the shit out of them? And what do? They run back and tell on you and say that it was you. You started it. They didn't do anything. Well, that's what these race hustlers are. That's what people who hate other people who don't look like them are. Yes, they will cry foul while throwing bricks in the glass house. Yes, they will cry foul. Crazy, right? Right. I just don't get it. Why? You will say that you can't be racist, but I hate this person. Everything that comes up about this race of people, you don't like, you hate, you stereotype, you place them in a box, but you can't hold them back systematically, so you're not racist. You know why you tell yourself that? So you can be comfortable while you do it, because you're just nasty and hateful. If you're nasty and hateful and you're watching this right now, I want you to look in the mirror. Yeah, that is you staring right back at yourself. Look into your own eyes. Can you see the hate? Can you see it? That's you. You listen to these people who tell you to hate others. Everything that happens is race. They bring race into it. It can never be that an incident happened between two different races. Oh, the police are killing black people. The police are killing white people. The police are killing red people. The police are killing... What are you saying? But you want to know what they focus on? They focus on the policemen who might be white versus the black man. That's what they focus on. They don't focus on the other ones. They don't see any of the other incidents. No, white on white crime, that doesn't exist. Where? They don't see that because they're race hustlers. They're hustling you. They're turning you into a hateful person like they are. And sometimes, here's the kicker. Sometimes they're not even hateful. Shit, their neighbor's white. They just had dinner with them last night. That's my word. They're race hustlers. They're hustling you. Your heart is full of hate right now. And theirs isn't. They could care less, but they're making money off of you. You're donating to their charities. You're donating to their channels. You're donating to them. They're hustling you. And you're just eating it up. Morning, noon, and night, you're just eating it up. Waking up the next morning, just nasty and hateful.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.